Yo, Sosa, you want to start this thing off or what?
Bro, you're always getting ahead of yourself, man. Let's thank people for watching us first. All 6 of y'all. All right, we're international. I really appreciate it. We got people watching us in California too. All right. Yeah. If you're new here and you don't know how it works, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps us out more than you know. You're now listening to For the Love Podcast, a barbershop. Danny, you gonna fix that?
I mean, someone gotta get Sosa a shot, bro. He's skipping. We're gonna be smooth as butter. He's over here sobered over, and he can't even get it out.
I will bet whatever you want. You won't stutter on this podcast.
I bet you I won't. He's gonna say a bunch of
Hey, what's your name again?
Jose Gomez, also known as Drix.
My Jose is Drix.
Okay, hey, this is the first time we're doing with the home team, right? With the new setup.
Yeah. This is you got a little table, man. Nice every time we do this podcast, it's a little growth every time. I dig it.
Correct, man. I'm really surprised, bro. I don't know how Drix got back into the United States.
He definitely paid some people off or did some dirty sexual activities.
What kind of people?
Border Patrol. I think they were referring.
You could pay off Border Patrol.
I mean, I'm sure
Trump or Biden's Border Patrol. Which one?
Man, I think there's always.
I think you could pay off Biden's Border Patrol.
Yeah. I'm with it. You heard it from the guy himself, man.
All right, it's okay.
He answered the question.
You don't think he came in through customs?
I came in as a Christian. Christian Richfield.
So is that like a religious sect, and you just get to freely walk in? You're like, yo, Christ, and they're just like, come on in, bro.
I'm back in the States. Low key, I did get held by customs though. That's because my fucking name's too basic.
Yeah, we know you got.
My name's Jose, bro. You know how many Jose's were on the plane, bro?
No.
You look like you're too light skinned too. They're like, you're not a Jose.
They didn't buy it, bro. They were like, who the fuck is this?
Your name is Joseph.
Light skinned dude, bro. Let's check his bags. So I was like, all right, they're gonna let me go. They let me pick my bags out and everything. They were, nope, we want to search through them.
Hey, where did you go on vacation?
Yeah, because
where did I
here
go on vacation? I went to my hometown where my grandparents and my parents are from, Lxvers, Zacatecas. Right. Also known as the first Guadalajara.
What airport did you fly into? Let's go there.
I flew into Guadalajara. I had to drive into my grandparents' town. It's called Lxvers, Zacatecas. But I landed in Guadalajara, which we're right on the border of Zacatecas and Jalisco.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you left me the same, bro. It's in the middle of Mexico. It's on the top of Mexico.
Middle of Mexico. Guadalajara is the second biggest city in Mexico. So the town that we're from is pretty popular because it's where the first Guadalajara was going to be formed. So the Guadalajara was supposed to be made where my town is. You fucking suck.
Jeez.
Blooper.
Can't take this from nowhere.
Before you were rudely interrupted.
The first Guadalajara was where? I didn't say it like you. I said it kind of whitey, but that
Can
was
we fact check that, Lalo?
How long is the plane flight? Like how long
like
in the
2.5 hours from here to Guadalajara.
And then you get off and there's like crazy customs and whatnot, or you just right into Mexico?
Yeah,
boom,
I gotta
boom.
check in with Mexico.
Yeah.
Gotta tap in. Yeah.
They gotta see if your bag has any vapes or any bags or whatnot.
Hey.
You know what?
They give you just the dog smell and they just let you through?
Let this dog. The dog low-key took a shit on the way out. And I was like, man, what the fuck?
Unprofessional, bro. You on the clock.
Bro, this is a police officer. You just gonna take a shit on the lobby?
Speaking of plane rides, bro, did you know that 50% of the people coming from China have COVID?
What do you got against COVID? What the hell?
That's in the news. No, that's in the news. They're doing so many restrictions. I think Italy and I forgot the other country that are doing restrictions on now. 50% of the people coming from China have COVID on the planes.
You gotta love these podcasts, bro. We were just talking about how Drake's was in Mexico, and we just went from straight.
Correct.
From Mexico
it was a plane.
all the way to
It
China.
was a plane. I was surfing that topic, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, you really surfed that one.
Let me guess. Y'all forgot about COVID.
Hey, I just don't.
I actually did. Yeah.
If my government did, then I will too.
Oh, they didn't forget.
Hey, if they're
if I don't
bringing
gotta
it,
get a vaccine,
I feel like they pick and choose when COVID is relevant, man. They can bring it back and they get that shit popping when they need it to be.
Oh, it's relevant right now.
And if you're gonna go to war with China, you need another reason. You're gonna say China doing some dumb
guys,
shit.
hold up.
Can I fact check this?
Yes, you can. If it's
There's
me,
a fact check,
just
Conan.
keep it moving.
So we moved. Hey, just to give everyone some reference. Lalo, pause a second. Just to give everyone a reference. We benched Lalo. We moved him to the scoreboard table, and now he's going to be the fact checker for the pod. Maybe not in perpetuity, as my boy Sosa would like to say, but just for the time being. because our boy, as you do see, we have a new addition here. We didn't even talk about it.
Bro, he hasn't talked in 9 minutes.
He hasn't said nothing. Kind of doing a lollo on us. But that was the... Oh, man. Come on, bro. You got to just put your drink up here, bro.
I'm the one drinking and you're the one acting like I'm... Like
I've seen pictures. You were doing or handling cattle with your grandpa, right? Something like that?
Yeah. So...
Nah, that was just for the video, bro. Come on now.
Johnny don't think that I live that life.
Hit record, 10 seconds later, all right, I'm done.
All right, I'm done. Here's your cows. All right, I'll be right back.
How was your experience? How many times have you gone back to your...
So the last time I went, my son was 5 months old. He was 5 months old.
You can just tell me the years.
Nah, it was 2019.
You bring your kid with you each time?
I took my son, yeah. So and that was the first time I had gone since 7 years.
4 years. So obviously here in the United States, we've seen the difference from 4 years ago to 4 years now, right? Did you feel any difference going back home?
As far as technology, I'd say that it was very different. I feel like, you know what I mean? Like back in the day, going to my grandparents' town, I'd have to pay 5 pesos to use a computer. So you'd pay 5 pesos and then you had like 30 minutes on the computer. And that's when everybody would go and like hop on Facebook.
And now you pay 10 to go 30 minutes in the same computer?
Now I get a text message from my phone service talking about, hey, you got 25 gigabytes of this before we cut it down to 3G.
I guess I asked the wrong question, but what I mean is like, do you feel like everything slows down
out there?
Because over here is like a very fast pace, right?
Yeah.
You feel like when you go back home, like things slow down a little bit, or
100%.
Like you gotta appreciate the little things.
So what the crazy thing is out there is like everybody bases their life off of what their family has created, right? So like if your family grew up a farmer and you're already a farmer, guess what you're gonna keep doing? You're gonna be a farmer. You know what I mean? Like if your family was specialized in dentistry, you're gonna keep specializing in dentistry. Like the dentist I went to out there, it was like 3 generations worth of dentistry.
Oh wow!
That have been created out there. And bro, it's so cheap out there. It's only like 1,000 pesos, which is like less than $100 to get checked out.
So like Guadalajara is more like an inland Mexico, right?
Yeah.
There's not like a beach. There's not like a bunch of tourists and a bunch of like gringos around.
Guadalajara is full of tourists. It's full of Europeans. Really? It's full of foreign exchange students. But that's the big city.
But what are they doing out there? They like seeing like are they seeing pyramids and shit, or what's popping?
That would be more.
That's like Tulum.
Yeah, that's more
like
towards.
DF too has some
DF. Yeah, that's more towards Mexico City.
So I'm not from Mexico, but Guadalajara would be like the big city, and you went like outside of the city, right?
Yeah, I was about
how far?
2 hours. 2 hours.
2 hours away from the city, and it's like very much like farmy type lifestyle. And what does your
farming? But you know, the cool thing about the town is that it's developed so much. Reasoning it being Pueblo Mágico, but it has so much.
Wait, explain that Pueblo Mágico.
What's that mean again?
Pueblo Mágico means it's when
magic town.
When it holds history, it's a magical town, right? Meaning that it holds history, Mexican history. So that's the reason why it became a magical town, because it was the first formation of Guadalajara. And then from there, they lost it in the war, and then they ended up moving it to where it's at right now.
That sounds like that Disney movie.
Yeah. Is there any?
What's that Disney movie?
Encanto.
Yeah. Y'all was out there singing.
I have not seen that movie.
Drake wakes up to the bird singing. My boy wakes up singing with the bird.
Everybody get up at the sunlight.
Yeah, everybody's up hella early, and then everybody when you walk into downtown, everybody's like, "Buenos dias, ¿cómo están?"
Do you feel like, because you took your kid, right? So do you feel like you want to take them back to kind of see like where like 100%. The family comes from and everything?
100%. I don't want them to ever forget it. I don't even want to forget it myself, but I always want to keep an attachment to that.
When you go back, do you feel like you still fit in, or do you feel like you stand out now?
I feel like I stand out, but I also feel like
you got that hairstyle like that, or just because like you dress in Supreme and shit?
How many cousins ask you for a haircut?
A lot of my cousins.
Jose, you bring the clippers?
Nah, it's actually
they call him pendejo.
Everybody out there is super friendly. Everybody out there is like willing to talk to you.
But you still feel like you're part of the clique, right? You don't feel like you're an outsider.
Nah. They all know I'm American.
Tell him why.
Last time I went to Mexico, my cousins were like, I was like, yo soy Mexicano and all this. They're like, hell no, you ain't Mexican. They're like, you're American. You were born in America. I was like, well, when I'm in America, I'm Mexican as fuck to every white person. So that means I'm Mexican as fuck. You know what I mean? But so I'm not from here. I'm not from there.
That's great. I think that's why I wanted to tee that one up because I felt like that was probably a good question. If you felt when you're here, you're obviously from there, but when you're there, do you feel like you're from here? And then you guys,
100%.
It's hard to like feel like that you're ever at home, right? Because it's always a mix.
Yeah. But it makes me appreciate more what I have out here, though.
So when you come back,
bro, you know how.
So you wouldn't stay over there?
You know how smooth this road is, bro? Over there, the road's got holes in it, bro. Yeah. You better watch out because you about to hit one of those.
But for real, I know you went to see your family and I know you had a good time, right? I'm interested in what do you think your son got from this?
Yeah.
That
because he don't see how much of the flight costs. He don't see the time travel. He just experienced life over there. How do you think that changed him, or do you think that it impacted him?
I feel like it impacted him a lot because I feel like kids out here are a little more antisocial, especially with technology nowadays.
Antisocial? Entitled, you mean?
Entitled or antisocial because kids over here connect more on the media. So I feel like going out there, kids were actually asking him to play, to go, to like inviting him out. Like the kids were like wanted to hang out with my son. And out here it's more like your son has to go find friends. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's different. It's just a different way of life.
Do you get inspired to show him other cultures around the world as well? 100%. Not just like the Mexican cultures, but you know, Honduras, 100%. Guatemala, Salvador, 100%. China.
I feel like it's important for us because growing up, I traveled a lot and I got to see a bunch of different. Like I've gone to the Bahamas, I've gone to different parts of the U.S., and I've gone to Mexico.
That's all domestic though, bro. That's
I gotta ask you though, like even like fly me even to spin off that.
Fly me out to Dubai.
My man said Texas, California.
Yeah, I've been to Connecticut.
Check this out, RD. Where does it snow at in Vegas?
If you're from Vegas and you didn't get snow today, let me just tell you, you are broke. Let me just tell you.
Let me just tell you. It definitely didn't snow below 2,000 feet. That's for sure.
Because it only snowed in Henderson today.
Yeah, it was snowing up there, but I was also going to spin off that as like as a kid. My parents didn't take me to the snow a lot. I didn't like get to like see a lot of like. You know, like my parents took me on a lot of ventures and like family vacations, but mainly to like places that were like warm and like places they like to chill out. Never like,
bro, you're from the Bay.
I know, but
you kind of took yourself wherever the fuck you wanted.
Yeah, but the snow was like 3 hours away. And we didn't even fuck with that. Like the first snow I saw was like,
you know what? Your parents didn't have no curfew on you, bro. You could have gone to the snow if you wanted to, bro. Yeah. Just your homies wanted to kick it in the hood.
Hey, bro, that's facts. All facts. Only snow I saw was dirty snow. The first time I saw some real snow
was in the back.
Yeah. We called that the snowman, and we paid extra for that. Yeah, I derailed that subject real quick. Hey, I felt like there was a little hate from the Bay there.
A little bit there.
Animosities.
No.
I wasn't saying that because the Niners just got.
Yo, don't even start with the Niners, bro. If my quarterback would have blown his elbow out in the third play, shit would have been a lot different.
Yeah, I had a jumper in the 9th grade too, bro. I would have been better than Jordan.
I betted the Niners. And then I betted the.
Don't you owe me some
Bengals.
money, actually?
Yeah, I owe a couple of people money, and I don't.
Hey, you owe me some money, bro. What happened to the Niners, though?
They whack.
They whack?
They messed up.
Hey,
bro.
On Saturday.
Are you a Niners fan though? Are you a Niners fan?
I'm a Niners fan. Yeah.
No way.
That was not good. What do you want? Like a tattoo?
Clearly, Drake's not watching the podcast because you said it like 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, no, definitely not watching. That fool must have been locked up in customs. Anyways.
Low blow.
Big man. So let me switch to my next topic. Did you guys hear that there was 2 monkeys got stolen in Dallas out of a zoo?
2 monkeys
right after 2 raccoons got stolen.
No, it was a leopard like a month earlier.
Wait,
in Texas?
Yeah.
I gotta pay for that full news subscription.
From where?
Man.
What city?
From
a zoo in Dallas, Texas.
Oh yeah.
But they're not like regular monkeys.
No.
What kind of
like,
monkeys?
They're expensive ones.
Really, really expensive monkeys.
Yeah. Hold on. So,
hey Lalo, what's an expensive monkey?
Hey, Lalo, will you Google what type of monkey got stolen from Dallas?
Yo, but you're telling me that
no, don't go there.
Somebody went inside a zoo and stole 2 expensive monkeys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not the first time that zoo got hit.
Do you know there's like more like privately owned lions?
What zoo is this? I'm about to go hit it too.
Yeah. I think it's, is it lions or is it just big animals
we're
in
going to
general?
see Jose Gomez gets mauled by tiger
How much would I get
on
for an
his
elephant?
way to the monkey cage.
They'll just write Drix at that point. They'll just be like,
Hey,
this
fact check guys
this
on
dude Drix.
Fact check guys on the
Fact
mic.
check. There were 2 emperor tamarin monkeys.
That's
All right, bro. Like
once you say emperor,
we weren't paying attention in school, bro. What is that?
Worth a couple bands, bro.
Yeah.
I think they got,
like
they got the white whiskers.
Yeah.
Like, is it the monkey from the Lion King?
No,
or
no,
like,
like closer talking, bro.
Bro, is it the monkey from Madagascar?
No, but they do have little beards.
They got
Of course.
Everyone likes
they're
beards, bro.
expensive.
Anybody come to me lining up their monkey's
yo,
beard? Bro,
I heard that Dallas
I'm gonna snitch
though-
him out. What's
Dallas-
the reward for it?
Dallas got more
Nah, I know he's
private.
snitching out.
Dallas got more private animals in captivity than anywhere in the world, right? More
It's
lions.
called prison, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? You'd think that the
Hey,
lions
looking
in
at me
Africa.
like they got some family members in Dallas, bro.
Yeah, what's up? Where we
One of those.
Texas is different though.
You even going to introduce Johnny?
That's Ski Mask Johnny.
Ski Mask
We gotta
Johnny.
put a face to his
I need
name.
to. I need to get 10 cents on the dollar for every
now
Ski
I
Mask Johnny.
Now I can't say what I was gonna say because you burned me out.
Hey, this is Johnny's audition. We're gonna see if he's gonna be here next week.
Ski Mask Johnny.
Hey, why is Lalo talking more than you this episode, bro?
I told you that was gonna happen. I said, hey, Lalo gonna be talking now.
Look, his ice,
He ready to fact check again.
ice melted. Look, it's still on the same level, bro. Drink some of that shit, bro.
Yo.
Loosen up.
So for those guys
Just
that are
can I throw
watching-
in a fact check in there?
Go ahead.
I just wanted to let you guys know that those monkeys go from $65 to $6,000.
Bam.
Damn, that's
Wait,
65.
that's small.
6,500. I'm sorry, 6,500 to $6,000.
Man.
To how much?
You better
To
off hitting something else.
60,000.
Wow.
No, I'm sorry, 6,500.
That's not.
that's the most?
That's
Yeah.
not a lot of money.
That's not a lot. That's not that expensive.
I feel like those
Yeah,
things
go
just
spend
escape.
6,500.
I mean, I'm not gonna spend it on a monkey, but
But, you know, to pivot on that story, they said that a leopard like just walked out of the park like a month earlier. So maybe these
much does that go for?
Maybe these motherfuckers just leaving the gates unlocked.
How much does the
knows?
leopard go for? Because I'm finna tame his ass.
Yeah, some
But
bands,
what
bro.
do you why do you think someone stole monkeys? Like you can't flip that on Craigslist.
Right?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can.
Yes, you can. Have you been?
You ever heard like Molly Mall in the
Have you
crib?
ever been in the black market the way RD
Bro,
does to get his girls?
I bought a brand new. I bought no. It was my first truck.
brand new sex doll.
No, I bought my first car. It was a truck, so it
Don't
was
tell
my
me you
new
bought
car.
this off the
RD,
black
that's
It
regular
got
stuff.
stolen, and I had to go rebuy it in Craigslist, bro. What the heck do you mean you can't buy it, bro? What? Hey, you can't buy anything in Craigslist.
So you got your car stolen.
you didn't have no title.
need to tell
on that
this
shit.
and the
story
way
from
you
the
found
beginning.
it was back on Craigslist.
correct, and I had to buy it again, bro.
It's because you didn't have no title.
You didn't tell him that you was the previous owner.
No, he looked mean.
Hey, curveball question. You got $10 million in your bank account. You gonna buy a monkey?
$10 million?
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't.
No.
No, yeah. No, I'm buying multiple monkeys.
I've seen enough TikToks to see how rude those things are.
No, I heard that you can like a monkey's kind of like a thing that's like a wolf. You can only have it like in the adolescent phase. It eventually becomes like when it becomes like adulthood, like monkeys just start getting mad disrespectful.
That sounds like kids, bro.
That's how you know.
And if you like, and if you don't give if you don't give a monkey some shit, and it knows how to hurt you, like it rips off your fingers and like your dick, and then like it knows how to fucking hurt you, and then your
that's how
tongue.
you know
my
Matt's
dick.
paid, bro, because he looked up what it takes to own a monkey. Who here looked up what it takes to own
Don't tell
a
me
monkey?
that you ain't never been like on the Instagram
No,
and seen
bro.
like Justin Bieber with his monkey, or like all these people got these monkeys now, and like I'm just like, damn,
I learned from
that's when
Mike
you know
Tyson.
that
bro.
Yeah, and Tyson said the same thing, that one lion loved him and nobody else. So he was the only person that eventually could go feed the lion, or it was a tiger actually.
A liger.
No, it was tiger.
That's Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
It was a tiger.
That's
It was
actually
a
a real
tiger.
thing, though.
No,
And
it's
he-
not.
Yes,
I don't
it
think
is.
a
A
fact
liger?
check?
Yes.
A liger is a real thing.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
A liger
believe
is.
so.
Yeah, it is.
I'm
$5.
betting.
Hold on. Before you
Fact
before
check.
you-
I'm betting $1,000.
$5. 20.
Nah, 5. You said
No,
5
no,
first.
20.
Take
Fact
the
check
five.
that?
Take the five.
Take the five.
Take the five.
5.
5.
All right. Hey, take out your $5, bro.
Ligers are real.
Where, bro? Tell me where.
Oh,
They have them, dude. You ever seen? Hey, if you want to watch one, you got to watch.
Bro, where?
Pay up.
What state? What country?
Just watch that shit with that dude.
Probably fucking Dallas.
Pay up, bro.
What was that dude? That guy
you gotta tell
during
me
the
where
pandemic.
you seen a liger.
Tiger King got that shit.
Bro, they're
Got a liger
actually
on Tiger
bigger.
King.
Yeah.
Tiger
Yeah.
King got it. What do you think? Weren't you locked
Hey,
in for
did
your
you
house?
see?
You
They
were that
found
one- you were that
Carol
one dude-
Baskin's What's her name? The
Carol
husband?
Baskin?
Yeah, her husband's alive.
Yeah, that fool was in Costa Rica, posted up.
So the Tiger King is coming home.
He was in Guadalajara.
No.
The Tiger Queen, bro. What are you talking
He was getting past customs.
He was throwing up gang signs in Guadalajara.
Yeah,
Just to throw it out there, ligers only exist in captivity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where, bro?
See, that's cruel,
where is this?
bro. The fact that you gotta keep these animals
They're
in
actually
captivity for them
in
to fuck
the
each
new
other.
Jurassic Park thing that they're moving. The ligers is one of the animals that are bringing back. They're bringing back the woolly mammoth, then bringing back the ligers like that.
That's just like gene splicing, right?
Bro, you swear that they're gonna bring back these animals?
Yeah, the woolly mammoth is already. They're already gonna they're gonna put it in
The woolly mammoth.
What do you mean they're bringing it back?
Fun fact about
They're
the
gonna
woolly
bring 'em
mammoth.
back.
Like they're gonna recreate them?
Yeah.
Man-made animals.
They
And
found
put
some
'em in
DNA.
Siberia. Yeah.
And they're
and
gonna
then put them in Siberia. Let them just handle
So
it.
why though? Why? You know why?
Why?
Yeah, climate control, because underneath that polar ice cap, there's a lot of carbon dioxide that's will harm us and create global warming. So if there's animals there that are stomping on the ground, it keeps it colder.
Yes, the woolly mammoth's weight actually packs in the ground and keeps the carbon dioxide.
Why didn't I get these notes for this podcast?
It's
Bro,
on the
What's
other,
going on here?
It's on the other app, bro.
Yeah, the other app.
Damn.
Hey,
y'all got a little app for your own
Yeah,
selves?
you guys see on TMZ?
Nah, we read.
You
Dude, you
guys
guys
see
are
on
good.
TMZ that Flavor Flav admitted to smoking crack rock?
What a surprise!
Is that really a far
He's messing with a little something.
Yeah, that guy been smoking Pookie for years, bro. Don't
He
even.
was smoking Pookie for years.
Hey, Drake,
years,
tell him.
bro.
Yo, I knew Flavor Flav was down when he went to our middle school during lunch.
You guys saw Flavor Flav at lunch?
He was
Tell me.
out there, bro.
What was he doing?
So-
Just going, yeah,
Got a
boy.
fat-
boy.
He was like, "Hey, I got an 8. I got straight A's this week."
Yeah, boy.
I was gonna say this earlier, but for whatever reason, this podcast is everywhere today. Y'all talking on top of each other. Y'all being hella loud. All right, so we're gonna calm it down.
Okay,
All right.
Mom.
All right, we're gonna calm it down. And I,
We were
for
warming
those
up.
people that don't know, Johnny and Drake's are actually long-term friends. As a matter of fact,
Eskimo
Johnny
brothers?
Yo, that sounded
was
sus.
his first client, right? Johnny was
My first guy that I cut his hair. Him and his brother.
Yeah,
Which one you like better though?
You know what? I love both of them. You know what I mean? They both let me.
Yeah, but if
practice.
you had to pick one,
Fact check.
I just can't.
So he just had fast growing hair, right? You're just like, cut it. I don't give a shit.
I mean, I used to go to school with no sideburns, but
And like just like levels made all
school,
fucked
like-
up.
and then people would be like, "Hey, who cut your hair, man?" And you know, Drix was up and coming, so I was like, "I ain't gonna throw saw on my mouth."
RD Barber.
I was like, "Nah, it was Tiffany at Supercuts."
these
Supercuts
balls,
is fucked up. Don't go to Supercuts or Great Clips.
but RD is right. Let's get some direction, bro. What you guys seen in the news? Well, you're not
I
the
was
news.
just giving
Actually,
you guys-
hold on. Time out.
Something
Not
a
the
little
news.
different.
Something a little different. What's the current temperature in the barbershop this week? How about that, RD?
Well, the temperature.
Well, the temperature was a little chilly.
Why do you have to say that, bro? My man's is standing right here, bro. My man's is
love
standing.
you.
I wasn't even here.
I love you,
okay.
Lala. Well, it was really, really good this week because Drix wasn't here. I'm just kidding.
I was here the whole week.
No, but we had a pretty interesting week because not only here in the barbershop, just in general here in Vegas, it's a little cold. Not all jokes aside, it's a little cold. So the tourists and the locals are going inside events. What I'm saying with this is like people is keeping it cool, keeping it nice. You know, they're just coming in. You know, there's not too much going on, so it has been a really calm week. Just getting haircuts, you know, for I don't know, somebody's birthday or
I don't know who the hell you were talking to, bro, but I was talking to my clients about Kai, the hitchhiker.
Yeah, the
You know
hatchet
about
wielding
that?
hitchhiker.
what does that got to do
Nah,
with the
the
whole
hitchhiker.
temperature in the shop, bro?
Hey,
This
we know what
conversation,
we're talking about.
yeah, but it's the conversation you had with your guests. What the fuck does that got to do with the whole temperature?
Homeboys, no, stop
What
it
was
right
the
now.
conversation
Homeboy's just mad that we didn't recognize his birthday. That's what he's sad about.
Oh,
it was his birthday, and no one gave him a little happy birthday. And that's what he's saying the temperature was in the
56
shop.
Never looked this good.
Hold on. Yeah, keep them talking. Distract them. I'll be right back.
Where are you going? Where are you going?
Well, you know.
You got like a birthday cake?
So RD was born in
In the late 1800s?
1970.
In Guadalajara.
Wait, hey, RD, serious question.
Yeah.
as you get older, do you feel like your birthday is just another day, or you appreciate it more?
My birthday has always been another day for me, bro. But as I get older, I really do get to appreciate it a little bit more. For example, this week, look at that.
Birthday to you. Yeah, don't spill this one on the floor, please.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear RD. Happy birthday to you. Let me get half.
Is that a cannoli?
Yeah.
Are you one? Are you two? Are you three?
Hey, who got those so we can get a sponsorship?
Hey, bro. That's for everyone, RD.
Thank you, guys.
Why are you putting it away? Then?
Leave the gun. Take the cannolis.
What about the ones for vegans?
Sorry.
There you go, Lalo. Oh.
So what else did you do for your birthday? You guys flew on them helicopter rides, or what'd you get? It looked like you guys flexed pretty tough, you and your son.
At the gas station, you seen that?
Not a flex.
You guys were fully suited and booted.
As soon as I saw that video, I want to go put a full tank of gas on my truck.
Your son got a little Louis bag. Like, what's going on, bro? Tell us more.
No, so to circle back to Johnny's question, to me, my birthday has always been just, just a regular day, simply because my birthday is in January. So back home, after the Christmas, after the holidays and all that, my mom was like, listen, we just, but, she would try to make the best out of it, have a cake or something. But it was always another day. But this year I wanted to do something different. My dad celebrated my birthday before.
Before what?
So my dad, the way he celebrates my birthdays is he's got like princesses stuff around the house and stuff. So he's nice. Thank you, Danny, for that. Yeah, I know you were part of that.
Wait, he had what around the house?
Yeah, he had like a princess cake.
He wore a tutu.
Oh, you got like a little,
like a little tiara.
Yeah.
Well, your dad on.
That's my dad for you guys. But this year I wanted to do something different, and I just wanted to spend it with my son. So he actually, my 8-year-old, took me to brunch. He paid for it.
Yeah, he got a fucking bag.
And tipped.
He's got a Louis bag, not a bag.
No,
he got like a fat wad of cash. You see that guy?
You seen that?
He breaking off 20s, had a hundy in there and shit, bro.
I saw that video too.
It wasn't, but you know how he got that money? Because in summer, he comes here to the shop and he pays. I mean, he pays. He kind of like works a little bit. So he sweeps around.
Child labor, Sosa?
Yeah, you.
Not here, though.
Well, that boy gets paid $50 an hour, so I'm pretty sure he's well taken care of. But so we went brunch, and after that we had a little bit of a media time, which we record a few videos that Danny did great. You guys are gonna see him on my TikTok or Instagram.
Danny edits,
and then we went the helicopter thing. So he was actually he's still afraid of heights. So I was trying to make it fun, to help him through that. And I contacted a friend. My friend set us up for the helicopter ride, and he now loves.
Bro, drop the name of the helicopter company.
Listen, man, I can't be dropping names like that,
Nah,
but
no. If you want to fly with anybody, fly with Maverick. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
There you go. Was that so hard?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't cost nothing.
Everyone should do that too.
Boy out. You know what I mean?
Thank you, Maverick, for having us. But he loved it, bro. And then we just went dinner, and it was a great time. We dressed up. So
did anybody slide into the DMs?
I was so thankful to have so many people call me, DM me, text me. So thank you guys for making my birthday extra special. But I would recommend you, if you can just take some time with the people that you love and do something that you never done before, do that for your birthday, because I had an amazing time.
You didn't get no wild DMs though?
Like,
from those like strangers that all these new followers you're getting on the from the For the Love podcast. You didn't get no strangers being like,
what kind of DMs have you gone?
I'm just saying, because I saw that Adam Levine and his wife are having a baby, like their third baby. Didn't that fool like just got put on blast in September for sliding into DM?
I love those memes though.
But bro, in September, like that's not September. I don't know the months,
but is it called sliding in the DMs if you were out?
That baby was already on the way. That means that he was in the DMs when that baby was in the oven. That's just sus, bro. That we need to talk about this guy. Why is this fool still out there and like on the news and everyone's cool with this guy? Like we need to cancel Adam Levine.
What else you on?
He got fake tattoos and shit. That's just
He does not, bro.
All right, nah.
Is he
draw the line, bro? Fake tattoos, bro.
Man, them shits
Fuck
is
that guy. Hey, Adam Levine, bro. You
them
don't got
shits is like some paste-ons that you get at the store. You know, they're always different. It's
Drinks.
like a beatbox. Just says California love.
You got fake tattoos.
Coming from a guy.
The tattoo I have is RD Barber.
Coming from a guy that don't pay for his tattoos.
Wait.
Well,
Yeah, because in jail you don't pay for them. Just gonna
What do you do? What do you do for a tattoo in jail then?
I don't know. You gotta ask Drix.
You got love you long time.
Jose's nickname was
Yeah, cut that mic, please.
Come here.
Love Sosa? Was it called Love Sosa?
You come here.
Hey, sweetheart.
Hey, sweetheart. Yeah.
Shit, at least they don't call me pendejo when I go back home.
Oh, so we got a story from the shop this week.
The crazy barber story? You want to hit him with that?
Man, last week you had 3 of them, and they were kind of overwhelming. No, it was last week. You definitely
last week we had one.
Crazy barber story of the week. And I'm taking you guys back to early 1930s in a country called Germany. Oh, right. So early 1930s, we had the Nazis trying to get back into power. And so they start doing this whole propaganda thing, and they start actually marketing the whole Nazi thing. And one of the rules that they had was a really good uniform and really good haircuts. Now, the barbers, what they used to do, they used to keep certain barbers hostage. And every 2 weeks, they would take them out and go cut some of the higher levels of generals, right? Now, one of the barbers, he actually was finally sent to court 7 years ago. And he was asked, that man was still alive. He was asked, why didn't you cut this general's throat when you had the chance? And he said, because the consequences of me doing that would have been worse if I did.
You got to make it out alive.
Bro, this man was 90-something years old. He was sent to court 7 years ago because of his relationship being a barber for the Nazis.
Did he cut like Hitler or anybody like huge like that?
No, he was like, I know the names because I read the names. I just don't know how to pronounce the name. So, funny thing, nobody was allowed.
Did you want to look closer, bro? You want to look closer? All right, we good.
Yeah, it's called the reverse Hitler.
So he talks about how nobody was able to get that mustache, and everybody had, different type of haircuts, but the generals had a type of haircut because they were so into like marketing the Nazis and stuff like that they had to have a haircut.
Man, you sound like Kanye right now saying that he likes the Hitler fit and the Hitler cut.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
I didn't even hear anything you said, bro. So yeah, Johnny, what's up?
No, but that's how crazy it is, right? That, they had the barbers, they were held hostage until they needed to give these people haircuts.
You guys gotta give some more crazy facts about barbers. Like, so barber, like ask, like,
I got all the facts.
The barber, like the pole. The colors in the barber, like what's up with that?
So they signify a couple different things, right? First, when there was no signs, people knew that there was a barbershop because the barbers will be wringing out the towels in front. So that's where you get the pole spinning, right? The blue one signifies blood. When the blue color signifies blood that has oxygen hasn't hit it. Red signifies color that oxygen does hit it. And the white is a clean towel. So that's where the barber pole came from. If you look at the traditional barber pole, there's a bucket on the bottom of it. And that's how they caught, the stuff that came out from the towels.
Wasn't there also back then, I think I seen like something where like you can also like go to a barbershop and get like your teeth pulled out or something like that. Like dentist.
Barbering is the second oldest profession in the world. And a lot of like medical professions came out of barbering. So when you were wanting to get a haircut, you go to the barber. When you wanted your tooth pulled, you got to the barber. When you were sick and you needed like to be cured, they used to do leeching. So like that's how you would cure diseases back in the day. So a lot of the stuff comes from barbering. Over the years has been kind of like looked down as not like a prestigious profession.
So you good, bro? I got a question for y'all. Like I've always had like this conversation with Drix when we were growing up. When like you guys told like your parents or your family, like, I want to pursue barbering, like what was that reaction?
You're finally doing something with your life.
Mine was more of a, that's it. That's what you want to become. And now when they see how far I've taken it, they're like, damn, my son cuz so and so. Oh damn!
They're proud now. And my parents were pissed
so
off.
They thought it was going to be like a starving artist kind of job. Like, why
I
would
was
you
about to be
that?
a hood barber, bro.
But they're like, you're not going to make any money doing that.
And like the reason why I asked that is because like I feel like with the last couple years, you actually do see like so many people saying like it's not no shame on like not going to college or something, but like saying like, yo, like I want to be a barber because I can do this, like I can expand my brand, like I can do so much things. Like that's barbering is just like the first thing I can do.
That's a double answer, right? Because college is something right now. If you don't need to go to college, it's a diminishing return, meaning more people every year graduate and the expense to go to college gets higher every year. So it's actually costing you more and then you're just being one of the numbers. So now if you need college for like to be a doctor or a lawyer or one of those professions, then of course everything else with what we have now as an option, it's not really relevant to go to college as much as it was back like 50 years ago when you needed a college degree to get a job. Look, right?
I ain't gonna say any names, but I got a friend and he went to school for anthropology. And I'm like, what the fuck are you gonna do with your life? You gonna work for Discover Channel or something? Like,
yeah, man, he's gonna work in like a museum.
How far are you gonna take this anthropology up?
Like, it's just like, cause for me, like when my like subject came, like, do I want to go to college or not? Like, I felt like I didn't want to waste my parents' money and my money and time because I didn't know what I wanted to do.
I'll give you one further. My father has a doctorate in biochemistry, and I told him I want to be a barber. I never seen a vein pop out of his head before, but he was like, "You got to be kidding!" And to give you, to kind of tie in the story, right? I'm not even first generation here. My kids are. So we come from a small town like where Drix is from in the Dominican Republic. And my parents always say, we didn't sacrifice this much for you to get to that point. But now with social media and all the mediums that we have, it's looked at differently. And, my father would drive like 3 hours because at the time I was charging like $50 for a haircut. It's like, there's no way that somebody's going to pay you $50 for a haircut and you're going to be busy. And he saw it. And it wasn't until I started cutting his favorite baseball player that I FaceTimed him. And then he was like, oh, I can't believe it. And then he started telling his friends, oh, my son's a barber and all this stuff. But it was because he got access to this person that if I would have been a lawyer, I would have never met this guy.
Right. But, when you told your dad that and everything.
I really didn't tell him. I let him figure it out. Oh. That's.
What was like you saying like, I want to be a barber. Was that the dream or was it like, I want to have my own shop? Or did that all come like, as you started reaching goals and you saw the people?
My mom was in hair. So I liked the freedom that my mom had versus kind of like the commitments that my dad had.
Okay.
And that I was too young to kind of tell the difference that my mom also had commitments, but it just looked like she was a little bit more free in her time. So I wanted something along that way. But when I was coming up, we didn't have all the avenues that you have now. So that's kind of like where the decision came in. And then there's part of it that, at a point I didn't have another choice. Is either a taxi cab driver or a barber, but it's when you have no choice and you enter a profession that may be looked down upon, is that when you can really change it because you give it your all. Instead of when you enter a profession and you have a lot of options, you don't really change it. You kind of leave it alone. But when it's your only thing, you're going to want to get the most that you can out of it. So it becomes like out of necessity, you do things that makes it grow to a point that maybe other people didn't notice it.
So not to to jump in real quick. Would you be a barber regardless? Not bartender. Would you be a barber regardless if the bag wasn't there? Like, is there something fulfilling about cutting hair that you would do regardless of the money? Like when you make someone feel good about themselves and they leave the door, is that more impactful and more paying throughout the week than any kind of monetary value?
Of course, but let's be honest.
And did you learn that?
Nobody does anything because the goodness of their own heart of how it makes them feel. At the end of the day, it's a profession. But what keeps you coming back and what keeps you sacrificing your time with your family, your holidays, is that feeling. Because when somebody comes in and you can almost look at how different they come in, and it's little things. If I take a picture of somebody and I post them, like the haircut seems a lot better than what it was, just because I like how proud I looked at the haircut, right? And then, we do this thing here where everybody's treated the same. Everybody gets the red carpet treatment. But to answer your question, yeah, that totally makes a difference. And I think if you go into anything looking for the money, you're never going to find it. So in the beginning, I was looking for the money. I trained under this guy that charged $1,200 a haircut in 2001. So I'm like, this is possible. And I started chasing the money, but I couldn't get it because I didn't understand everything he put into it. Right. I didn't see how many years he was doing it. I was just like, if he can do it, I can do it. I can cut hair better than him. And then it wasn't until I started understanding the business and putting everybody first that the money started coming.
But it always felt like work. Like, you know how some people say, like,
that's what
find a job that doesn't feel like work
for you guys. Like when you guys come
and like open it up to you guys too. Did you guys when you guys cut people's hair? Does it feel more impactful and more valuable than the monetary value?
It feels like work until you snap into the conversation or snap into the reason. The just you doing your craft. It just turns into socializing. It turns into, you know, not only am I being therapeutic to myself, I'm being therapeutic to somebody else. And if it not only helps people grow, it helps me grow too, because I'm like in my head, I'm like, holy crap.
Sorry to cut you off. That's one thing that I don't like about barbering, that people say that we're a lot of other things, therapists, psychologists, all this stuff. That's bullshit. Look, we can't take away from people that actually go to school to be a therapist. Right. Do we listen and do we give you an opinion from our point of view? 100%. But we can't sit here and tell you that we're therapists. Anybody tells you that, just go the other way, because we're not. We can't give you professional advice to help whatever mental issue that you're going. We can just give you honest advice as a friend.
Life
experiences. Is it ever professional?
Life experiences. That's what it comes down to.
But when you call it a therapist, now you're degrading that other profession.
But I think it's like, I think maybe if there's a level of like, I'm gonna hurt myself, I might need to go get some professional help. But like, I think as men, we don't do enough of like just checking in on one another, asking like everyone how we doing. And I feel like the barbershop, like we had last episode when we talked about all the crime and all the stuff going on, is like because places like Great Clips and Super Clips exist, where that non-superficial divide exists, where I can't come to you and just feel like, hey, I'm having a shitty day, and you just tell me, hey, tomorrow's gonna be another day, because like fuck that, that might be the answer I need to hear. You know, I think that's more valuable than the haircut too. And I was gonna pivot on that. I don't mean to fucking jump on. I've been trying to like not be so busy on this mic. But hold on, when someone fucking texts you and they say, hey, I want to jump in on Thursday, and you say I'm all full, and you can feel that when they write back like, damn. And when can I get in? And you can understand that haircut is really important to them, as where you're like, yo, I'm busy on Thursday. Sorry, they're no fit. And you can understand like these people, like that's their world. Like they can't even think about going into the weekend without having that like set up right for them, you know?
It's because if you look right, you feel right.
I'm not taking anything away from that. What I'm saying is we can't label ourselves as a therapist.
No, 100%. 100%.
Yeah. But
I think it kind of sources into not therapist, but therapy in ourselves.
I think it's called friendship. And I think a lot of people don't have that genuine friendship with somebody.
But a lot of people don't also have somebody that tells them, hey, you're gonna look better if you do this.
But for
you're gonna look better if you do that. Or hey, I experienced this in my life, I could implement this into your life, and whether you take it or not, it was just kind of more of a conversation. That kind of people don't have that all the time.
And that's what makes us different, because we build those friendships and we actually care. That's what I'm saying. Like we do actually care. We give you our advice from our point of view, from all the advice that we collect as a barber.
I think, and like to be honest, like I think it starts with you, Sosa, because like when you come in, me as just a customer of Drix, and I have like the owner of the barbershop like come in like, hey, do you want a water? You want this? Then you're like, oh, okay. Like,
yeah, he does that a lot.
He cares. You know, then I made friendships with RD, with Lalo, you know, everyone that's been here. I know everyone. And I mean, I used to go get my hair cut at a regular barbershop, you know, before Drix was messing my lineup, you know.
We used to walk.
My hairline being pushed back is Drix learning, guys. But like
right here.
It was always a different barber every time, you know. Didn't even know their names. I know all your guys' names. So I know you're saying it's not like you don't want to say therapist and all this and that. I think it's real, because I think all you guys can say that a lot of your clients come to kind of just see you guys and just check up on you, and they're just getting a haircut.
100%.
Like that's the last part. Like there's times where I've came with Drix where I'm like, bro, I just came to check up on you. You're cutting my hair during this.
I think we don't know how to identify like a friend, and we don't know how to identify a positive community. So we want to give it other labels than what it really is. So we are a community that actually cares. And that can get confusing for somebody that never had that before, right? When you come in and we remember your birthday, or we give you a free haircut on your birthday, right? Out of the goodness of our hearts.
Wait, y'all do that?
Only for the people we like.
Your barber does it?
Hey, bro.
Ain't no
we got
discount
the honest
codes.
man over here, bro.
No,
Get on the
but,
mic.
You ever got
To be honest with you,
really lonely though,
and it comes from not identifying what it really is, and it's a community of people that care about you. Because even though we have the way this barbershop is set up, right? You don't, at the end of your haircut, you don't pay. So it's not a transactional kind of thing. When you book your appointment, you pay for your service. That's not by accident. And that's obviously, it was to fix an issue of people not showing up in the past. But at the end of the day, it's a bigger impact when we shake your hand, give you a hug, and give you that positive affirmation than give me money.
You know, I like what Jose said, because at the end of the day, I think that is very true. To circle back to what Matt was saying, or I think it was you, Johnny. Anyways, I think that I stopped seeing barbering as a job when it went from being just a trade to being a profession for me, because that's something that we do here, right? Haircuts is part of what we do, but we all, for example, here have LLCs and stuff like that, right? So we take barbering very, very serious. As a matter of fact, I'm one of those that do not like to be called artist as a barber.
Why is that?
I don't like to be called an artist, bro, because it's like, even though what I do, it is a form of art, right? And whatever, but I too do take a lot of pride and effort into the profession and the business behind what I do. So for me, it's like, I'm a barber, and my profession is barbering. But I like what Jose said, because as men, it's like we don't have that true or that genuine friendship. So when you come to the barbershop, yes, it might be, it's a service, you're paying for it and stuff like that. And there is barbers or barbershops where you go see your barber and you sit down, the barber is just wearing earpods or whatever, listening to music, trying to get as many cuts as you can, which, hey, respect to you. But here what we do, we actually, our services are long. It's like about an hour. And in that hour, obviously we get to know that person. We get to talk to that person, and we get to build a genuine relationship. So I like what Jose said. I think that, because we do call it, we therapists, and which is a form of therapy, right? I think what we do have is just more of genuine friendship. That's why it takes so much to break up with a barber. It takes so much to break up with a good barber.
I'll put it to you this way, right? If somebody buys Photoshop, does that make them a designer?
I mean, that's what they would assume, but
they would assume. But you, as a designer, you'd be like, "Nah, get the fuck out of here, bro."
No, but me as an artist or as a designer, I know when I touch a client and the client comes to me and I make that glint in their eye that I just brought to life what they had in their mind. I just did that for them. I know that I just achieved that. So that any other artist that wants to sit there on the podium and says they're an artist, until they achieve that connection with their client.
What I'm saying is,
but that's not me to be subjective about either, though. If they want to say that they're an artist and they want to be out there and say they're an artist, that's what they want to say.
That's what they say, but you don't look at them. Like if somebody goes and buys clippers, but whatever, $20 clippers, does that make them a barber? The same
thing with you is like you say that you're not a therapist, but I'm going to sit here and say you are, and you might we can just agree to disagree.
If you go and buy a clipper, you're pretty much buying like a paintbrush to paint your art. But what was going to separate you is the license from the business, right?
There's a skill level too. Like you can be a bunk ass fucking guy. I got some clippers. You're not gonna let me cut your hair.
Like, it's like I'm not gonna say like.
Yeah, I'm an artist.
He's waiting for Sosa to say something like, "Hey, I'll let you cut my hair."
Nah, bro.
The way Jose said it and the way RD says it does have to do, especially on our end, about the business factor of being a barber. But I feel like it also takes our guests to bring us to that level where we're like, okay, well, these people appreciate me for this amount. Like you'll see that people pay us, $300 plus or even $500 plus for
can you name drop?
For making time for them. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like those people value your time and you value them even more.
It's crazy that they put that value on your time when most of the barbers don't put that value on themselves.
Because that's where what the media promotes barbering to be is a hustler mentality rather than being a business mentality.
Man, and you need to go back to Mexico and come back again, bro.
Hey, boy, that boy got humbled up there.
Take another one.
Have you guys even seen that as to where like you guys have seen like the youth kind of like be inspired by your guys' new movement where they're like going like I'm gonna
it's
go
just because anybody can be a barber, but nobody can be a barber that people rely on. You know what I mean? Or like that people feel
anybody can cut hair, but not everybody can be a barber.
Yeah, anybody can cut hair, but nobody can be a barber.
I like
you know what I mean? Like, it's easy to cut hair. It's a fucking math problem. You know what I mean? Like, but the once you dissect what's behind the whole thing, it becomes more of what you give is what you receive, and people value that, and it always comes back to you. Just barbering has been a beautiful craft for me.
I think it comes back to the community, right? When you actually build something genuine, something that's real, something that's not based on a monetary value, you accomplish amazing things. Like, for example, one of the people here in our audience, and he's going to hate me. I'm not going to say his name. He's an upcoming DJ from Las Vegas. My man came to me from a referral from a barber in New York.
Oh.
You know, and it's the relationship that we've built because like he'll give me advice on things. I'll give him advice on things. It's mutual, right? And he'll tell me I'm doing this. I'm like, oh, I was doing that before. And it's kind of like shared information. So it becomes like a network of information. And I want him to get on the mic and say, you know, what keeps him coming back? Because he's one of the ones that if I'm booked, he's not getting a haircut. If I don't have availability, he's going to tough it out. Right, it's a different story. You know, I know some people out there. If they barbers on vacation, if they barbers on vacation, I know they're gonna just jump in.
Why you looking at me, Sosa?
Hey, Sosa,
I'm just saying.
Hey, bro, I done cheated on Drix 3 times while he was on vacation.
Let's hear from our audience from that perspective to see why he keeps coming back.
How y'all doing?
What's up?
How's it going?
Yeah, so basically I keep coming back just because like what you guys are all saying, like it's really the experience. I get it's a haircut. I feel good about it. But, you know, when I walk in, like you guys, Drix, RD, Sosa, everyone says hi to me. How you doing? And then when I get to sit down with Sosa, he basically we just talk, you know, and he tells me how he's feeling, how he's doing. I always ask him how he's doing. And it's just that love, that community. And just that's really what, you know, gets me coming back, to be honest with you guys. So
I know that you heard what Sosa or where Sosa stands with the whole therapy or calling your barber a therapy. What do you feel when you talk to these men? Because I know that, you know, your guests kind of like talk about everything, but how do you feel? Do you feel like it's some type of therapy? Do you feel like your barber is a therapist, or how do you feel like your barber is just, you know, a good barber or person?
Yeah. So, I mean, I know he's not a therapist, you know, but in a way, I honestly feel like it's some type of therapy in my eyes, just because if I'm feeling some type of way or if I need any type of like advice, like talking to him, like it really helps, man. Because if I'm lost, you know, like, or if I have a few questions, like he'll literally like, hey man, you should do this, or I think, you know, this is not, you know, maybe this is not the best information, advice, but this is what I think, you know, and then I just work off that, you know, and in a way, like I see, you know, all you guys as like mentors in a way, because like, I feel like we're all similar in age, and like you guys are just like up here and I'm like a little bit lower, but I want to get to where you guys are, you know what I mean? So man, it's awesome, you know, it's like I love being here with you guys. It's a good time.
Just before you get
equals, just different viewpoints.
Before you get off the mic, why did you laugh about that joke that Jose did about me the other day, bro?
Wait,
you thought it was funny? You thought it was funny, bro? Oh, you thought what he said about me that day was funny?
Which joke? Which joke?
Which joke? Hey,
no, but
serious question. Who cut your hair better, Mike or me?
Ooh,
he always does this, bro.
I'm gonna say Sosa.
Hey, thank you for being honest.
Yeah, of course.
Take that, Mike Custom Cuts.
damn.
Thank you.
No,
Thank you.
Hey, so I disagree, bro. I think like since you said that barber's been doing it everything since dentistry to, you know, I think they're a therapist too.
There you go.
And bloodletting and stuff,
been
man.
in the-
if I had a
it's been in
headache
the-
and you guys gave me a little bloodletting on my brain so I could get
I would
know,
go
like,
to jail.
I'll push back.
Jail if I
I'll
put a
push back
leech
on your
head
comment
right now.
I'll push back on your comment because I know you were talking about the whole payment structure here, right? And you don't want it to be transactional. But technically, when you go see a therapist, it is transactional, you know? So I think, yes, we're not trying to downplay what a therapist does, the school, everything, like any profession, like being a police officer, anything like that. It takes dedication and stuff like that. But I think a person will open up to a person who they feel comfortable to, you know? And I do feel like, you know, like to kind of touch back with Lalo's story from last week, you know, where, you know, he was talking about a guy came to him, you know, in his worst moment. You guys do see people in their worst moment, and then an hour later, there's a switch because they got a haircut. Like I saw, like, and I don't want to like make it a joke or anything, but like I saw like I think it's Hannibal Buress, the comedian, where he's like, "You guys ever been depressed and then got a haircut, and then we're like, what the hell am I worried about?" Like, you know, so I feel like you'll open up to people who you feel comfortable to opening up to, you know? So yes, you're not a therapist, but I would probably just say you guys are all real people here.
So here's where I stand to clarify it. All right. I agree with you guys, but check this out. Check this out. Give me a little room, right?
What I'm saying is what I'm saying is I think you have respect for all types of arts, because being a therapist is also an art.
Yeah, he's saying, AKA, get a barber. He's saying. That's all he's saying.
Here's what I'm saying, right? We're fighting for inclusion to be a respected profession.
Correct.
So when you say a barber is a therapist, you're downplaying barbering. You're 100. Not adding to it. So if you say he's a barber, period. Boom. Right? It's like a basketball player. You don't say he's a basketball player that shoots threes, or he's a football player that can run. Right? That's just an added bonus, but it doesn't change the fact that he's a professional basketball player. For me, it's a barber that's a therapist. No, I'm just a barber, but I have gone through enough experiences and I care so much about the people that I see that I'm able to research and read and gather my knowledge so that I can give you the best advice possible to me. But what I'm saying is, let's not downplay the barber. Let's say it's barber, period, because you don't say it's a therapist that can play basketball, right?
No, but no.
And what I'm saying is, that's all I'm saying. It's like, so long we fight for inclusion as a barber, and I know it's kind of hard to understand.
No, you picked a bad analogy though. Like if you're a rapper, you can be a rapper that's like a certain type of rapper. So you can be a barber that's a certain type of barber.
I almost think you're downplaying yourself.
No, it's a certain type of barber.
Like a basketball player, that's just like, man, you might shoot the three.
I think what Jose's trying to say is like, would you look at the guy who's benched as a professional basketball player? Would you look at him different than LeBron James?
I think we
but you would.
But that's not equal though.
That's
not a good analogy.
But now you're looking.
That fool can ball. Like that's what we all mix up.
Right.
They all can ball.
At the end of the day, they're both.
Some people do
professional
different
basketball players.
Yeah.
Right. At the end of the day, they're both still professional.
Yeah, but there's also different skills, like you guys said with barbering.
That's what I'm saying. That's where we stand as a barber.
That's what I'm saying. LeBron James is a basketball player.
Because I'm gonna be honest, Drix.
But you don't want to be this. He don't want to be an artist. It's just to each to own. It's a disagreement point.
That's where
it's a thing. Like when I come for a barber, I come for different things. Like some people might come just to get a cleanup and have
that's
respect.
What I'm saying. That's what identifies you as a barber. Right. So you're the barber that knows about basketball player. You're the barber that can give me good advice.
You're the barber that got winning jokes.
Correct, right? So, but it's still a barber. What Drix is saying, they're both professional basketball players. It's just one of them is LeBron James and one of them is not. But it doesn't take away that they're both in their profession.
Correct.
Says basketball.
But I don't
player.
think there's any respect level on either or.
I think we're like me and Matt are talking about, because we're talking about in the sense as the customer, the consumer, right?
But you don't get that every single
And we're not talking about the profession.
But when
you don't get that, you don't get that with every barber, bro. That's what Jose is saying is like, yes, my profession is a barber. And the advice that we'd give you is not because we're some type of therapist. It's because we're just some people. We're people, bro.
Right.
My advice that I give to you is not as a barber. My advice is as Raul Duran, that's also a father and a human.
And that's
you know
why
what I mean? And we have a whole hour. So I think that's what Jose's trying to say. A barber, let's leave it as, we've worked so hard. For example, like Drew was saying, like his family or whoever was like, you gonna be a barber, bro? Like for reals? Like when somebody says, hey, I'm gonna become a barber. Yes,
it's period. Because it's just that it's a barber, but now you get into levels of barbers.
But what I'm saying is because of these levels, like Matt was saying about the young generation, that's why. Like growing up, I mean, the only person I ever knew that said I want to be a barber was the guy sitting next to me. And now, like I see other people, like yo, that's what I want to do. Like, so what I'm saying is because of the level you guys have created, like you guys stepped out of just barbering.
No, we did not.
We went into business.
Now it might be because now it might be
no, but you made
Right.
it. You made it to seem like what you guys always said. It wasn't a profession. You guys legitimized the profession, so that you guys made it seem like it's something that everybody can do. As to where it wasn't just like to anyone's point, it wasn't going to be like the poor starving artist concept. Like it made it seem like it was going to be easy, not easy, but like achievable.
No, it wasn't easy. I mean, I think about it.
I didn't mean easy. I didn't mean easy, but achievable. That's something
we
that was
legitimize the professions as barbers. Correct. Not barbers that are stylists or barbers that are therapists.
Correct.
It was just as barbers. Now, when you come to this barbershop, you get all these other features. So now when you compare this barbershop to every other barbershop, then you get to pick based on where you identify and where you sit in. But we didn't advertise barbers that are stylists or barbers that are therapists. We advertise just barbers. Right. The sign on the top.
We ain't getting nowhere with this.
You know?
No, because because at the end of the day, you know, we're barbers that we have come down and we've seen it, what it is, and we've been out there and we see how the barber scene has been at, which I thank our peers for, not only us, but other people that have made barbering such a successful profession as of now, right? So we thank you guys for doing that. And before we close out, I remember what I told you, that there's an individual here in the audience as well that when she wants to say something, she kind of like,
she's making that. She's making that.
Can we get some thoughts over here?
If she says anything, we're gonna talk for another 10 minutes.
Because
you know what happens when women get mics?
yeah, bro, we're gonna let her talk for a little bit because
Women with mics.
because she's also
Women with
into
mics.
the whole beauty.
So wait, I have a question for you.
Hello.
I have a question for you.
I have an answer.
RD was saying, as him being a barber, he doesn't like to be referred as an artist. And I know that you're a makeup artist, correct?
Yeah.
Do you like that?
That's in the name.
Yeah,
though.
but like,
Yeah, there's different types of artists. I put the art in makeup artist. So there's makeup artists that just do like everyday makeup looks. And then I like to put art into it and like actually do something more than just a simple bridal look.
And that's where I would go different from you because, sorry to cut you off.
You're good.
Because like Lalo creates some shit out of his head that I'm
some
like,
art,
bro,
some art.
What the fuck were you thinking? But you made
The
that
shrooms,
it's probably
man.
the shrooms.
So I can't knock him for not being an artist. I could just say, you know what, he's a craftsman. You
But
know
he's
what?
a barber.
But if I said he was just a craftsman, that means
separate.
What I
he's
picture-
an artist and he's a barber. They're two different things.
All right.
So the reason why therapy and barber and that whole thing comes together is because hair cutting is spiritually a form of cleansing. So when you like deep dive into it, that's the reason why people change within an hour or so, because there's energy that holds on to your hair. So when you cut that off, you let go of that. And why do you think a lot of girls cut their hair, change their hair after a breakup? It's an energy cleanse. You're
Because they
getting
don't
rid
want to
of
be
that.
identified on camera.
Crazy ones.
Oh my god!
Wait, serious question. Do you feel that same type of emotion when you're doing a girl's makeup when they come into you? They come basically bare face.
Yeah.
Like naked.
Yeah.
And then after they leave, do you see the difference in their attitude?
Oh yeah, that's the whole point of my job. That's all I want. I just want them to feel confident in
so
themselves.
So you get that
feel
satisfaction, basically.
Yeah, and the money.
And the money.
Bam. Business behind it, bro.
Business behind that. Hey, man.
Bro, I think we hit our limit.
Yeah?
Maxed out.
Don't worry about it, man.
I see Matt over here tapping his forehead on the mic.
Yeah, I just feel like we were.
Thank you, Alexis.
Yeah, guys, just like agree to disagree.
Wait, so are we gonna share some of that dessert on camera or no?
Yeah, RD, that's not for you.
Camera.
Hey, I got this fun quote though. I think this is about the podcast, so I just wanted to say it. I saw this and I like instantly thought about the For the Love. So before we wrap it up, I just wanted to tell everyone, Johnny on the spot now. We over here, new member of the pod, jumping up. He was the fact check guy. I'll let Salsa decide where it goes. But no, so
that's what he called me for like a year.
So, my quote is: remember, the pod is like Mondays. It's not liked by everyone, important to a few, but will never change, no matter how much shit you talk about us.
Ooh.
Boom.
Hey,
For the
peace,
love.
love, and happiness.